Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your news edition. These are the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, congratulates Jamal Sejati after winning the silver medal at the World Athletics Games in Tokyo. Everything is ready for the beginning of the new school year for more than 12 million students in modern infrastructures that will reinforce the education system. In Brussels, earth protesters mark the Republic's 104th anniversary, denouncing the Moroccan occupation. In Morocco, the citizens continue their protests to denounce social injustice and corruption. Welcome back. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, congratulated the runner Jamal Sejati after winning the silver medal in the 800-meter race at the World Athletics Games in Tokyo. In his official social media account, the President of the Republic wrote, and I quote, "Congratulations, Jamal Sejati, on this long-awaited achievement at World Athletic Games in Tokyo. You honored Algeria and the national flag. A lot of success for the rest of your career." An important achievement in Tokyo for Jamal Sejati, who offers Algeria its first medal at the World Games. The Algerian athlete arrived at the second position in the 800 race meter, behind the Kenyan Emmanuel Wanyonyi and before the Canadian Marco Arop. Sejati entered history by beating his own record with 1 minute, 41 seconds and 90 hundredths, a special record, knowing that it's the fastest race in the history of the World Games athletics.
I managed to win a silver medal that I dedicate to all the Algerian people, to the President of the Republic and to the High Command of the National People's Army. I hope that this medal will bring you joy, and I promise that the best is yet to come.
Tasked by the President of the Republic, the State Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Community Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf, arrived at New York to take part in the high-level works of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly under the theme Better Together, 80 years serving peace, development and human rights. Ahmed Attaf will represent Algeria during the general debate from the 23rd to the 30th of September. The State Minister will attend several high-level meetings at the UN Security Council and the meeting requested by the Republic of Korea on social media on artificial intelligence and its implication for global peace and security. At the headquarters of the United Nations, the State Minister Ahmed Attaf signed an agreement related to the UN Convention on the Right to the Sea regarding the sustainable conservation and use of the marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. The signing ceremony was held with the presence of the Under-Secretary General for Legal Affairs and Legal Advisor of the United Nations, Elinor Hammarskjöld. This agreement reinforced the protection of the high sea biodiversity and will ensure a sustainable and rational use for the benefit of the whole world. Algeria has officially joined the Inter-Parliamentary Assembly of the Southeast Nations Associations as a unique observer member, an important achievement for the parliamentary diplomacy under the guidance of the President of the Republic. This membership was made official this Saturday during a ceremony in Kuala Lumpur on the sideline of the yearly session of this parliamentary organization. A delegation of the People's National Assembly headed by the Vice President of the Assembly, Mondar Bouden, as the representative of the President of the Assembly, Ibrahim Bouali, and Malaysian Ambassador to Algeria, Abdelhafid Bonour, took part in this ceremony. Algeria showcases its energy transition at the international level at the Osaka Universal Expo, a presentation of the renewable energy and green hydrogen development national strategy aiming to diversify the energy resources. Experts will explain this strategy by highlighting the achieved projects and affirm that Algeria aims to reach a 15,000 megawatt production in renewable energy by 2035. At the beginning of the new school year, with more than 12 million students, as Algeria launches a new academic year marked by new schools, reforms, and a focus on the students' health and lighter school bags. Najah Tiyar with the details.
Algeria's 2025-2026 school year kicks off today with nearly 12 million students heading back to classrooms across the country. Ensuring their education and well-being will be the task of over 1 million staff members, ranging from teachers to educational and pedagogical officials. This school year beginning is not only a return to routine, but also a major national event. Authorities have spent months preparing for its smooth start, highlighted by the inauguration of almost 600 new schools nationwide, a record figure underscoring the state's investment in education. The officials of the Ministry of the National Education are working on the ground to implement the instructions of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, regarding the proper care of students at the 3 school levels. This school year is placed under the theme of School Health, dedicating the first week to awareness activities under the slogan School Health for a Healthy and Secure Future. For this purpose, an inaugural lesson will be given on the first day, followed by interactive workshops and awareness activities throughout the week. These will focus on health and healthy nutrition for the primary cycle and the dangers of energy drinks, screen addiction, and psychotropic substances for the middle and secondary cycles. The Minister of the National Education, Mohamed Sghair Saadawi, stressed the importance of delivering school facilities on time and highlighted the need to ensure administrative and pedagogical supervision. He also emphasized the generalization of physical and sports education by equipping schools with adequate equipment and setting up the necessary sports spaces and facilities. Regarding digitization, the minister stressed the need to establish precise lists of schools not yet connected to the network. He also mentioned the generalization of electronic tablets in schools with the aim of lightening the weight of school bags and improving the schooling conditions and the quality of education. The new school year will usher in sweeping reforms aimed at improving both the quality of education and the conditions for the teachers. Authorities stressed that these measures are designed to raise performance standards across the entire sector.
The genocide is still ongoing in Gaza as the Zionist entity continues its bombardments and imposes a blockade that worsens the humanitarian situation. In addition to the daily attacks, the Palestinians are suffering from famine and are targeted even during their displacement. The UN Security Council failed to change this situation. In Brussels, Rif protesters marked the Republic's 104th anniversary, denouncing the Moroccan occupation, reaffirming their right to self-determination and gaining international support. Details with Daniel Bahri.
Long live the Rif. This was one of the slogans echoing today the streets of Brussels, where Rif protesters choose the very heart of Europe to break the silence about their right to restore their state. The demonstration marked the 104th anniversary of the Republic of the Rif. The Rif people want the world to know they are determined to free their land from Moroccan colonialism. It's time to demand our rights. We aren't separatists. We are free people and we want freedom. My message to free Moroccans is this: it's not their fault if they do not know the history of the Rif Republic, because education is controlled by the Zionist entity. The dream of the Rif is more than a dream. It's a conviction passed down from generation to generation, a voice that now crosses borders, even touching the hearts of some Belgians. We want the safe return to this country without fear. Following this mobilization, the Third International Conference on the Republic of the Rif recalled the historical, legal and political foundations of the Rif's demands. Professors of international law confirmed that the Rif had already exercised its right to self-determination in 1921, with a defined territory, a government and even foreign relations. According to them, the annexation of the Rif by Morocco has no legal basis. What the Rif endures today is nothing more than one occupation following another. The right to self-determination never disappeared. It was already used, and even holding a referendum proved and confirmed the state's existence. The movement took the case to the International Court of Justice to challenge Morocco's control and seek recognition. The 1921 principle of self-determination now echoes across Africa, with support from Zimbabwe, Congo, Guinea and Cameroon.
In another protest, Morocco's forgotten citizens denounce marginalization, corruption and injustice. Details with Najah Tayyar.
For weeks, cries of distress have echoed from Morocco's most neglected villages, and thousands of citizens are condemned to misery, trapped by grinding poverty and the absence of even the most basic health care. They say life is beautiful here. Yes, it is, but only for the political leaders. We, the citizens, are suffering. On the eve of the school year, parents are forced to beg just to meet their children's needs. Do you call this a state? Everything is a lie. Nothing they promise is ever implemented. I wonder if I am truly a Moroccan citizen. If not, then let them tell us so. Thousands of Moroccans endure misery when hunger, thirst and deprivation expose the injustice of the Makhzen. There are no health services. Meanwhile, the Minister of Health enjoys all the privileges. This is what our country has been reduced to today, thieves and usurpers of the nation's wealth. Moroccans today face a reality of total deprivation, stripped of their most basic rights, while the Makhzen turns its attention to other priorities, such as tightening its alliance with the Zionist entity.
And with this, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.